Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Nobody in the world can ever know God. It is impossible. For all times you take from me, God can never be known. Because if somebody knows God, then the knower will become greater or should be greater than the known. And how can the infinite be known by the finite mind? So God is not an object to be known or a person to be known. Cannot be known. The instrument for knowing anything with human beings is mind, and mind itself is a creation. It has come out of Him, His grace. The effect cannot know the cause. This is a principle, law. Knowing is one of the greatest faculties that human beings have got. But where does it end? Knowing more and more and more. Only the world can be known. The objects can be known. Where does it end? What is the climax? The climax of knowing is knowing your own self. Self-realization is the end of knowing. All knowing ends there. Therefore we say, one who is self-realized, one who has known one's own self, is the person now happy for all times. So the end of knowing is self. Now one would say that self and God are one, therefore God has been known. No, not like that. It's not like that. Even after knowing the self, what happens after self-realization? All the conflicts of the world, the agitation inside, the absence of peace, they get finished for all times. One has perfect harmony for all times, peace. No question remains. There is pure love then. But even then, if one would say, I know God, it's a wrong statement. Now a question, is there no way through which God also becomes known? There is a way for that also. But that way is not in the hands of human beings. Only that person knows knows God whom God enables to know Him. It is His grace, through His grace, that one can know to whatever extent God wants. And knowing God is possible in whatever measure, whatever degree. Knowing God is possible only when one is one with God. Knowing world is possible when one is away from the world, and knowing God is possible when one is one with God. And the interesting thing is, everybody is always one with God. It is only an illusion of separateness. Illusion of separateness. There is no separateness. Illusion. But this very illusion is creating all the problems throughout life. A great saint has said, one of the realized saints, he has said, The moment anybody tries to find or tries to know God, the same moment the one separates himself from God. Making effort to find God is going away from God. Something like that. You see, these things happen in other matters also which are similar. For example, love. The moment one says, I love you, has lost the real love. Because it has come into words, and words are not love. Because if words were love, then every day, millions, billions, millions people, I love you, you. And then what happens after half an hour? You have my pinch and I have your pinch. Where is that love? As soon as there is love, why these words stop? Love means silence, sacrifice. I exist for you. Anyway, so now we cannot understand like that, but we can discuss about God something. And certain things can be said. God is everything. Everything is God. That is the highest principle in the Bhagavad Gita. Vasudeva Sarvam. All is God. There is a verse, page 74, verse 19. Firstly, I read the Sanskrit. Bahunam janmanamante jnanvan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabhe. Now I read the translation with you. In the very last of all births, the enlightened person worships me by realizing that all this is God. All this is God, nothing but God. Such a great soul is very rare indeed. But who will realize this, that all is God? Now the conditions you see. In the very last of all births, births and births and births, and then there would be some birth, very pious, on a very high, or rather the highest stage of evolution. Who realizes this? The enlightened person. Firstly, there should happen enlightenment. Even enlightenment is inferior to the state, the highest state here. I am mentioning that the highest state of a person is all is God. Only God. That state is realized not before enlightenment. Firstly, there should happen enlightenment. Enlightenment or self-realization is a great thing. All problems of the world are finished. One becomes happy and peaceful for whole life. But this is not the only thing, last thing. There is one more step. Realization that all is God. In self-realization or enlightenment, there comes an end of personal worries, of problems. Then after that, in the case of some people, in the infinite plan of God, what happens? The enlightened person worships me. So enlightenment is a prerequisite of this highest stage. By realizing that all this is God. Energy is also God. Absence of energy is also God. Life is God. Death is God. Good is God. Bad is God. Everything God. This is the last thing. So what is God? It cannot be described in words. God is a matter, or if the matter word one can say, you are saying matter, or matter also God, energy also God, everything God. But just to express, God is a matter of faith, not knowing. It's a matter of belief. And remember, this believing is greater than knowing. This is an age in which human beings have become too egoistic through the element of knowing. They think they know. Knowing is limited. Believing or having faith is unlimited, infinite. And life moves not so much by knowing as by believing, even in ordinary walks of life. If somebody says, I want to do everything only after knowing, life will be hell. It will be hell. Life moves by believing, by faith. And the more a person is away from belief and faith, the more that person is in troubles, in chaos, in agitation. Life moves more by belief rather than by knowing, having faith. And it is through faith that mountains are moved. It was faith of one of those greatest persons on earth, Christ, when unimaginable things happened, when he was roaming throughout the world. It was faith again of Vivekananda there in America, of other great saints, of Krishna or Ram, whoever. So faith, believing. And the interesting thing is that more the faith is there, deep faith, unshakable faith, God reveals His secrets to such a person. It is through the relationship of love that God starts becoming known to the person who has love. Through mind does not. People want to know through mind so that they can catch him and then use him. All right. You have now, after so much difficulty, you have come in our grip. Do it for us. It's not like this. The more one loves, the more one starts knowing God also. So if at all knowing happens, it happens through love. And in love, one does not want to know.